Hey everyone, and welcome to the 7th episode of the Games Per Second podcast. I, as always, am still Geo, and with me, as always, is still...
Winston. Hi again.
Hey. So, as E3 nears closer, tons of stuff is happening. A lot of companies are trying to get out certain announcements so they can leave a lot more space, maybe for some flagship stuff at E3. We'll see what happens there. So, lots happened this week, so... I'm not going to push off any further. Just going to hop right into it. First, we're going to start with Masahiro Sakurai. He's contemplating retirement. He mentioned in a Famitsu article. Was it Famitsu?
I think it was, yes.
Yeah, talking about stepping down as a director of the Smash Bros. Franchise and possibly even stopping his column on Famitsu. You're much more of a Smash guy than I am.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? What would that do for the Smash franchise, and what kind of impact has he had, and would in his absence leave?
Okay, so I can't say it's unexpected.
Interesting.
He's not wanted to make Smash for a very, very long time. I think it was after Melee, where it might have been after the Nintendo 64 version, where he was like, okay, I'm done with this, I want to make my own stuff, I want to do more creative things. And then Smash sells like hotcakes. So they always pull him right back. Nintendo's like, hey man, we need a Smash for this console. And he's like, alright, but this is the last one. And that's no joke. He would be like, yeah, this is my last one. Almost every single time since Melee, I think.
For 20 years?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're alright, okay, but we need one for the Wii U. Alright, but this is my last one, I promise. Okay.
Oh, but the Wii U failed. Oh, now
we need
Switch.
A new one. yeah.
Oh, man.
So when they announced that Smash Bros. Ultimate was what it is, which is an amalgamation of every single thing that's ever been Smash, I expected this to be his legitimate last hurrah. He's been wanting to get away from it for so long, and he's put a ridiculous amount of effort into every single game, not just this one.
But this one though.
But this one is insane.
Yeah. They really going out with a bang with this one.
He's ended up in the hospital multiple times because of his overworking and everything already.
Wow.
There was at one point, I think he posted a picture of him attached to an IV bag while working on Smash Bros.
What? Wait, is Nintendo crunching too hard, or is that just him doing it?
I believe it's him.
Interesting.
If it was Nintendo crunching that hard, I don't think they would let him talk about it.
That's fair. Of course, yeah.
I legitimately think it's just him and how he views things. He takes forever to really try to balance things out. He showed on one of the directs he'll just play on his own with two different controllers sometimes and
I've seen that. It's so weird.
It's insane.
It's so weird.
This guy is actually insane. But in the best way possible, obviously.
Yes.
He puts so much effort into everything, and as much as it hurts to hear him say he's looking about taking an early retirement, I honestly don't want him to work on Smash anymore. He obviously didn't want to work on it for a while, and he's really pushing himself way too hard. It's for the better for him.
Yeah.
To step away.
Yeah, as a fan of Smash, I'm sure it kind of sucks because if Sakurai's working on it, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Because but also you can see the toll it's taken on him, and it's just not fair.
No, it's not. And he puts effort into the things he does, so it's.
Oh yeah.
It's rough. I love Smash. If he was immortal and ever healthy, I would stick him in a basement and make him make a Smash for the rest of his life.
Jesus.
But that's not the case.
Yeah.
So he should take whatever time he has left to just relax, do whatever he wants, build any other game that he wants.
He's more than earned it at this point, I think. So
more than earned it. He earned it from like
the first
64.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So that's. I felt kind of similar. Where I was like as a fan of the series, it's sad to hear, but as just a human being, like I totally understand. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's a tough business. It's a tough business.
It is, and he affected like the fighting game scene so drastically. Like Smash was so unique at the time, like how mechanically it plays, like with the percentages of damage and like being thrown off stages and whatever and stuff like that. He's played a ginormous role in gaming history, not just like Nintendo history. And yeah, I don't know, it's gonna be rough. He's gonna be written in the history books. Whenever people talk about video games, like he's gonna be one of the names that they mention.
Nice, I agree with that. Like I don't know, because there were fighting games before Smash, but like not like Smash though.
Yeah,
it was very unique, especially at that time, late '90s on the 64. It was unlike anything else, and especially now with Ultimate, like it's literally the ultimate a Smash game. Like they've got everybody, they've got everything. They not only everything from previous Smash Bros games, but like everything from previous Smash games, and so many new characters, a lot of things. And yeah, I don't know. It's just cool to see how it's evolved to what it is now, because Ultimate really is the ultimate Smash Brothers game. Like it's very appropriately named. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what the next Smash Bros is like without his influence in it. But again,
if
totally justified.
There's ever gonna be a next Smash Bros.
You think Ultimate could be it?
I feel like Ultimate could be the last one, genuinely.
Do you think Nintendo would still try to capitalize on that fighting game audience that they've garnered over time in a different series with a different director, and maybe go a slightly different route?
It would be hard because it would always be compared to Smash, right? It's even like
But what do you do with those dedicated fans though? They've got so many dedicated fans. What do you do with that?
I think it would be very easy to just say, at least for like a good amount of time, to just port over Ultimate to like the next system, whatever system it ends up being. And then if you want to, just be like, okay, we're gonna do another round of DLC kind of deal. Like just 5 more characters.
Interesting.
Or like more stages or whatever. Yeah. It's like, remember when PlayStation made a Smash Bros, but it wasn't like an actual Smash Bros? I can't remember what it's called.
Something All-Stars.
All-Stars?
Yeah. PlayStation, which, by the way, I'm still mad. PlayStation All-Stars had a Big Daddy from BioShock, but BioShock 1 for the first year, 2007 to 2008, was an Xbox exclusive, so that made no sense to me. I'm a big BioShock fan, so I was cheesed. Made no sense to me, but
yeah. And that,
anyway,
that goes to show how different Smash is too, right? Because if Big Daddy ended up in Smash,
that'd be awesome. I mean, Snake is in Smash. Snake is in Smash. Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a totally different beast.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I don't care where it came from. I just want it to be in Smash. Whereas, like, in All-Stars, it's like, what the hell? This is this isn't supposed to be
not
here.
Sony property. Yeah, not Sony property. I don't want it. Smash Bros. Everybody.
But yeah,
everybody's
like,
in.
They made their own Smash. I didn't enjoy it as much, but I thought it was a solid fighting game, like fighting party game type deal.
I feel like most Smash-esque games are like that. Like, Brawl Out, good fun, not nearly as refined, obviously. There's that free cartoony one, Brawlhalla. Sure, but I don't know if Sony couldn't replicate that kind of polish, then it's gonna be hard for the indie scene to do so. So I'll give them credit, but Smash Bros is still Smash Bros. Like, it's hard to replicate.
No, I would say it's almost impossible to replicate. But I would say that I think an indie game has done it better than Sony already. And I can't remember the name of it. It might have actually been one of the ones that you've...
Was it Brawl Out?
Mentioned?
Because Brawl Out's got, like, the Dead Cells guy as a DLC player, I think. It's got a few notable other indie characters in there. It's garnered some interest. But, yeah, again, very, very, very difficult formula to replicate. It's the... look, that series is like the epitome of Nintendo polish. Like, it's just... Each title has been super, 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 super well done.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think Nintendo will try to do the same thing, even if they bring in a different... Like, if they do make a new Smash, like, I can see them making a new Smash. I just don't think it'll be anytime soon.
Fair.
Yeah, and anything that they make, if they try to go a different direction, they're like, hey, we're gonna make Smoosh Bros.
Wow.
It's gonna be compared, regardless of title.
Of course. Oh, of course. Without question, but... Yeah, the moral of that story is that it's gonna be sad to see Sakurai not at the helm, and or the series potentially ending because of that. But again, totally understand. Wish him if he does choose to retire, I wish him the absolute best retirement. He's earned every single second of it, and yeah, he's been great for the gaming industry in general, I think.
Agreed.
Yeah, but moving on though, have you seen the Unreal Engine 5 demo?
I've seen small clips.
The new one from a couple of days ago.
Yeah, very small clips of like the sand and everything in the mountains.
It looks insane because last year's they said there was on PS5 or footage was from PS5. This time they showed Xbox Series X and PS5. So now, I mean, it's Unreal. We knew it was going to be a cross-platform engine, but seeing it in real time on Xbox Series X does kind of put a lot of those like questions to bed, because it looked amazing. Nanite, the thing that deals with geometry, it's basically infinite geometry because it's like at a per pixel level, something like that. I don't know if you know more than I do, but from what I know, it seems to be like a per pixel thing. So you'll basically never see jagged edges anymore. Like, it's insane.
That is insane.
And then Lumen is their ray tracing solution. A Digital Foundry was talking about it though. It's not quite the same as because it's tracing like predetermined polygons and not like certain other things in real time. So it's not quite as accurate, but it's still quite accurate. It's still very much accounts for a bounce lighting in the global illumination, which is huge. Which everyone talks about ray traced reflections, but I'm telling you, ray traced global illumination is a game changer. It looks completely different. Reflections look good if there's puddles and mirrors around. Ray traced global illumination looks good at all times.
Yeah.
Because it changes everything. And so, Lumen is their solution to that. It's slightly less accurate, but it's a bit more cost effective.
Yes.
Which, if they were targeting high-end PCs, no, that wouldn't make sense. If they're trying to get ray traced global illumination on console, I think it's the right move. I don't know about you.
No, I agree. It's better for consoles. Like, you always have limitations that you need to follow. They've been getting more and more powerful, obviously, and we're reaching that kind of threshold now where it's like, in the beginning it was like, okay, do I want to get a console? or do I want to get a PC, and a PC is definitely more powerful. And then it kind of reached that point very recently where it's like, okay, do I want to get a high-powered PC to play games, or do I just get a console to play these like high-end games or whatever? So we're slowly turning back towards the console being on top in these regards. But it doesn't matter because like consoles will always have limitations, like I was saying. So it's how you get around these limitations and how well it's perceived is like how you push things forward. So if Lumens is doing exactly that, right? It's not doing exactly what a computer could do, but it's doing enough on a console to make it...
It's so close.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so close. That's the thing, because now as consoles have progressed so much, and just, well, not just consoles, but I guess hardware and technology has progressed so much, we're reaching the point of diminishing returns.
Yes.
Where, yeah, a PC is better, but the gap has closed. Not because we can't make PCs better, but because, like, I mean, like, look at the demo.
Yeah.
Like, it's you know what I mean? Like, there's only so close you can get to photorealism before you start approaching photorealism. And it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Because, like, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, rather, like, Doom 1 on PC and Doom 1 on the Sega 32X or the Super Nintendo, right? Like, the PC version was a vastly different experience. Though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Super Nintendo and like the Jaguar version and like all of those versions, while technically impressive, just were hardly the same game. Now we're talking about PS4 or like, well, certain games rather for like PS5 now and PC. Oh, PS4 doesn't have a certain shadow in that spot. Doesn't, you know what I mean? Oh, it runs with like a few pixels below 4K. It's like that gap, because again, and it's not that consoles have progressed faster, because it's all hardware. It's all the same companies, Nvidia, AMD, so on and so forth. Yep. It's just again reaching that point of diminishing returns once you start approaching photorealism.
I think it has to do with consumer-based stuff as well, right? So your average consumer doesn't need to buy a PC that can run these games, right? So PCs, the average PC out there, isn't powerful enough to run these games at the same rate as a console can now.
Especially at the same price.
Exactly.
Like if you buy like a $600 PS5 or a $600 PC, the $600 PS5 is winning every single time right now.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like you can always buy a much better PC.
But
they'll always, I can almost guarantee it, that will always be ahead of whatever console is out at the time.
Of course.
But you're spending a ridiculous amount of money for that kind of thing.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Again, like, especially now with PS5, everything's targeting 4K 60.
Yep.
Some games are targeting 120 FPS. It's like at what point do we like, okay, like is the jump from 1600p to 4K really that monumental?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if a game, say on PS5, drops in under heavy load to like 57 frames per second, which PC, my PC can run it at a stable 60. Is it really that monumental? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
the gap isn't that big, and is that, and even if you are a stickler for pixel counting and frame rate counting, is it worth the extra $1,000?
Yeah.
Probably not. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you said, from a consumer perspective, even if you can tell the difference, it still isn't justifiable monetarily.
Yeah. Consoles are back on top when it comes to gaming, I would say.
Yeah. Were they ever not, though?
Yeah, for sure. In the beginning. In the very, not like very, very beginning, but
like my Doom example, I guess.
Yeah. Where like your average PC at the time was more powerful than a console.
Yeah.
The average consumer PC, because it needed to be to do the actions that a PC needed to do, and games at the time didn't need all of that extra sauce. And then eventually, like, they kind of evened out, but PCs, like, it was still a matter of, okay, do I want to get a console like a GameCube or a PlayStation 2 or whatever, or a PC, and it's probably a little bit more expensive to buy a PC that runs like higher end games, but there's a much bigger difference there, like you were saying. So PC was ahead in technology wise, ahead of systems for a while. In fact, for a little while, there was articles and stuff coming out of being like, okay, is this the end of console gaming? Because they'll never catch up, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't about catching up. It's about being like made and for their specific reason. Yeah.
I agree with that. I think throughout the 90s, I think throughout the 90s, honestly, John Carmack had a lot to do with that, and some of his technology were like Doom. Like I said, it was playable on Super Nintendo. It wasn't the same thing. Or Quake 1 and 2, I think they tried one of them on the Nintendo 64. Again, not the same thing. So like, if you wanted to play these games with this a cutting edge tech at the time, it had to be on PC.
Yes.
Like it wasn't even close. But I think PS2, just by sheer popularity, changed just a lot of that, because ultimately it's where the money is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, developers go to where the money is, and rightfully so. It's how they make a living. You know what I mean? Of course it is. And then, because like, even in that generation, like Doom 3, I'm going to compare it to a lot of John Carmack stuff because I'm a big Doom fan. But like Doom 3 on PC and Doom 3 on the original Xbox, two different things. Missions were straight up cut. It didn't look the same. It didn't run the same. Like I said, they cut out certain things. Like, it was a completely different experience, which is interesting to go back to now. But again, even then, and that came out 2004, it still wasn't even close. 360 PS3 got closer. It got closer, but even then, it was, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of those games on PS3 were running 720, 30 FPS. A few games at 60, but like, generally, the PC guys at that point were running Crysis.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and that pushed things immensely forward. So yeah, I think it's only within the last few years, as we've been approaching that the point of diminishing returns, to where like the only way to get substantially better graphics is, like you said, to pay the extra $1,000.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, okay, like, because of that, consoles have been able to catch up, because like you're hitting that point, that plateau.
Yeah, you're hitting the point where the average PC isn't going to be able to play a game of that caliber, because PCs aren't like, there's gaming PCs obviously that like, but that's what we're talking about. Like, it's a lot more expensive.
It's so much more expensive.
The PCs that are out there, not everyone's buying PCs to game. They're just buying PCs to be PCs. Like, they just need a computer.
They
just want to watch YouTube and like go on Instagram or whatever. Like, whatever people do on PCs.
Potentially work from home now.
Yeah, exactly.
As well.
And you don't need like a super high end whatever to do that kind of stuff.
No,
so
everything's on the cloud. You need a Chromebook, and that's it.
So the market isn't like filling up PCs with as much tech as like the consoles are, right? Consoles are like, let's try to fill up as much tech into this little box as we can, so we can like make these games run as best as we can. Whereas a PC is like, okay, let's fill up enough tech in this PC so that they can run Microsoft Office, Word, and watch a YouTube video at the same time.
Yeah, as it being, like you said, the average PC is being built for vastly different purposes now.
Yeah.
And while there are still gaming PCs, you've got to pay for it. So now, like the average gamer, it's not worth the extra $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into
not.
PC gaming, then you pay the extra 1,000. You do whatever you want. But
Of course, 100%. And again, you are objectively getting a better product, depending on the hardware that you do get. But even then, we've talked about this before. Like even comparing, say, like I said, Doom 3 on PC versus the original Xbox, or to that point, neither of those were on PS2. Doom 3 was not on PS2. Which one sold more? We've said it before. Exclusives sell consoles.
yes, guaranteed.
So there's also that aspect of it as well, I think. So it's a mishmash of things.
Yeah, I mean, consoles. I'm more in the boat now that consoles are back, being the predominant gaming platform. Without question, because I believe it was pretty much the predominant gaming platform since the beginning. But now, like, it was questionable for a little while, and now we're going back to it. Like, no. Like, this is how you play games. Like, if you want to play a bunch of games, you buy a gaming console.
Yeah. Actually, to that point, a lot recently, as it's become a bit more convoluted to game on PC. I mean, we're seeing things like the Switch, how it's a hybrid console. We're seeing things like a quick resume on the Xbox Series consoles.
Yep.
A lot of consoles are really starting to lean into one thing that PCs aren't really known for, even gaming PCs, and that's convenience. Gaming on PC is not nearly as convenient as gaming on a console. It just isn't.
No, but I'm developing a desk that moves with you, so you can bring your laptop and play whatever you want on your laptop, you know. As you walk to the supermarket. Definitely not going to look super weird.
No. Oh man. But yeah. Anyway, gosh, the original story was about Unreal Engine 5. It looks fantastic.
Yes.
Lumen looks great on console specifically. Nanite looks fantastic. And I know it's just a demo, but seeing that basically infinite political, that seemingly infinite polygonal tessellation, seeing the ray trace global illumination system that they got to work on console, I cannot wait for these tools to be in the hands of game developers.
I agree.
Because to my knowledge, this engine is going to be even more accessible to indie devs, is it not?
I haven't looked too far into it. I don't want to say anything that I'm not entirely sure about, but I do believe that that's the case.
Yeah, we're like the price threshold. Sorry, the revenue threshold changed or something like that.
Something along those lines.
Before you start paying, but that's regardless. I cannot wait for this kind of tech that we've seen on consoles that are available right now to get in the hands of some
indie devs,
super creative, creative indie devs. Because I can't wait to see what they can do on consoles now.
Yeah. I agree.
Fantastic.
And especially with an Unreal Engine, because right now Unreal, their gaming engine has blueprints, which is node-based programming. So it makes it a lot easier to jump in, even if you have no programming knowledge. It's still complicated. Unreal is not easy to work with, but
no.
If you really are pushing to make a game, it's easier to learn blueprints than it is to learn programming and then learn Unreal. So it's
cool.
It's a smaller threshold to pass over.
And isn't especially with Unreal 5, isn't asset sharing and the asset store different now? It's baked into the engine to where you can just pull assets and stuff.
I believe so, and it seems like most gaming
awesome
engines are trying to go pseudo that route. Even Unity and stuff are talking about trying to go that route.
Interesting. Yeah, I cannot wait for this to get in people's hands. It's the stuff we can potentially see with this technology and this accessibility to the average person, amazing.
Imagine.
And I love what they're doing with it.
Bird watching trading card game in this engine. Jeez. Holy.
Imagine.
My heart's beating at like 120 beats per minute.
120 frames per second. But yeah, so I'm super excited based on what I saw. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks fantastic. Moving from one piece of tech to another though, the Switch Pro. Tons of reports about it, again as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Some saying that it might get released before E3 for the purpose of different third-party companies being able to specify at E3 if things are coming out for Switch and or enhanced for Switch Pro and so on and so forth. So
That makes sense.
my only asterisk with that is that it started with Bloomberg, and Bloomberg has been saying it's coming out this year 3 different years, and the date just keeps moving. Could it happen this year? Yes. Do I think that like when there's smoke there's fire? Yes. Specifically with next gen having launched already, I think this could be the year. But even though Bloomberg did get it first, they were like, I don't know, a broken clock is right twice a day. So I don't know how I feel about that.
No, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize it was from Bloomberg. You're right. Like, they don't have a very good track record when it comes to this kind of thing. But while you were explaining it, it did make sense to me. I was like, oh, because at first I was like, why would you release like an announcement before E3? Such a weird thing to do. But knowing that like it's so that these developers can be like, oh, we have an advanced version for the Switch Pro. That makes sense.
Yeah, like 720p 30 on the base level Switch, 1080p 60 on Switch Pro, or whatever it may be. It might not be that drastic, but you get the point.
Yeah, that does make sense to me, because I wasn't against them doing it. I just wasn't sure why.
Yeah.
But now
again, that's just based on a report that I saw. Again, it might be nothing. I don't know. But
just rumors and speculation.
Yeah, which there's gonna be tons of that next week and the week after. But yeah, so I don't know. Do you think this is happening this year, Switch Pro, or new Switch and or Super Switch or whatever it's called?
Super Switch, Smoosh Switch,
Smoosh,
Switch Lite,
yeah,
Switch U.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I genuinely don't know, but if they were gonna do it, I would bet my money on this year, probably.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, with like the new consoles coming, like they're out for the other system, the other companies already, like Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah,
like Sony and Microsoft. So in order to like kind of keep up with the trends, it would make sense to like release a slightly more powerful piece of hardware. Even if it's not exactly.
Again, it's not like a Switch 2. Most reports are like PS4 and a PS4 Pro, and a Switch Pro, right? So it's not a next gen console. It's just playing games, not 720p 30 all the time.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Switch Pro. I feel like it's probably because E3 is coming up, and the whole thing that these other new consoles don't have is games. Like, there's not a whole bunch of games for either of them. So the Switch, like, definitely has that over them right now. But with E3 coming up, there's going to be announcements for all these games coming to these consoles for sure, even if they don't release immediately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the Switch should have something to kind of compete on the hardware level as well.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at this E3. Obviously, PlayStation won't be there, but I don't see them being silent either. I just think that they're okay with their state of play now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Switch, not only does it have games already on it, but I mean, they've got so many things on the horizon. They've got Breath of the Wild 2, which Winston over here personally guaranteed coming out this year.
Personal guarantee, for sure.
Like, I don't know. So that's the thing. Like, we know PlayStation's got God of War Ragnarok. They've got Gran Turismo 7. People are sleeping on that. I love simulation racing games. People are going to say, oh, it's more of a simcade because Assetto Corsa or R2 are real sim games. It's a sim game to the average person, I guess, Gran Turismo. But dude, that demo looked amazing, and that was last year. I can't wait to see where that goes, where that game has been taken thus far. I don't know. And Xbox has Halo, which we talked about, that controversy with the demo that they showed last year. So, hey, of course they're bringing it this year, but at this point, it's been a year since that. It's put up or shut up time. You know what I mean? Like if this doesn't be, okay, this is really Halo now. If it's not like a monumental, like, oh wow, this is what I imagined, then I don't know what to say at that point. But anyway, point being, Switch Pro, I think, like you said, if it's any year, it's this year.
Yeah, I would think it would be this year. I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems like so right to come out this year.
My mind is telling me no, but my body's
telling me yes.
Yeah.
Also, imagine this. Okay, listen. So Halo, the next Halo comes up, and Microsoft comes out, and they're like, hey, you know, we don't think the studio that's making Halo is doing a good job. We're scrapping it. Retro's working on it now.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh my god. Honestly, it would be better though. But oh my god. Yo, can you imagine?
Freaking hilarious.
That's so funny. Retro studio. It got nothing on Metro Prime 4. Oh man.
No, I would like to see them. Obviously, I would like to see Microsoft put up a really good like Halo, whatever they decide to put up, whether it's like a whole bunch of gameplay or just like a cinematic. As long as they're showcasing the Halo franchise a lot better than they did with the last one, that's fine.
Agree. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting though. But in terms of other announcements, I'm reading down this list and every line says Sonic. What's going on here? What happened here?
There was a Sonic Central today.
I know.
Apparently, I didn't even know this. It's the 30th anniversary of Sonic.
Oh wow. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. But like, I just didn't piece it together. I guess Sonic doesn't make as big of a deal of it, like every few years, as like a lot of Nintendo franchises do, and like Pokemon or whatever.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
But yeah, they released. This is the first I'm hearing of this. I could be wrong. That they could have maybe done a Sonic Central before, but this is the first Sonic Central I've ever heard about, and it's like a new direct style and announcement for Sega.
Everyone's doing a direct style something.
Yeah. And I think it's probably a good idea to do. Like, Sonic does release a bunch of random stuff throughout the year, even if it's not a game every time.
I don't know. Sonic is still such a weird franchise to me. It's like, I don't know. Because after, again, we were talking about this last week, the 2D Sonics were up there with the 2D Marios, specifically in that Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis era. Mm-hmm. But the jump to 3D, it hasn't even been close.
So let's
I don't know how I feel about this.
Let's go back like a minute where you said it has always been kind of weird. And let's stay in that mindset for a little while.
Uh-oh. What happened?
So I'm just going to go down the list and we'll talk about the things we want to talk about. Because I did skim through the presentation.
It's kind of weird.
First of all, there's a virtual Sonic-based music symphony presentation that's going to happen, which I think is cool. They've done things with like that with like Breath of the Wild and whatever.
Okay.
But like they weren't virtual at the time, but obviously it's the end times now, so things are virtual all the time.
I suppose.
I always like Sonic music. It's a really good thing. So I think it'll be cool to see.
Yeah.
Moving
music
past
from
that,
Sonic
though.
R. Yeah.
Sonic is gonna be in the official 2020 Olympic video game. And while he's looking at me in a state of shock here, I recommend you look up this, and I'll vent for a little bit here.
Please.
So while he's looking this up, it's a little bit weird to see Sonic in this 2020 Olympic video game. Like, it's the official Olympic video game. It's not some sort of mashup of other thing. It's weird because it seems like they're stepping away from Mario and Sonic, the Olympic Games, which is like their whole Olympic-based thing that they did, like Sega and Nintendo, for quite some time.
Yeah.
So, I think this might mean that a game like that is just not coming back for this year's Olympics, which is weird as well because it's like a Tokyo-based Olympic or Japan-based Olympics.
But there's already a Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. But that game's already out.
Oh yeah,
it's been out.
It's been out.
It's been out already. Like, it's been out since late 2019.
Okay.
Because no one was expecting this whole thing.
Yeah. Well, now they're competing against themselves, I guess. Sega and Sega.
Why would I hold on? So now there's two 2020 Tokyo Olympic game video games.
Yes.
One's got Mario and Sonic. The other's just got Sonic.
Well, okay, wait. Okay, so Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, that series of games, is always, it's less of an actual Olympic video game, and more of like a celebration of cartoony, random stuff. And they have like their own versions of the Olympic Games and stuff too, where like it's little mini game based versions of them. But like the official Olympic games, and they haven't made some in like quite some time, if I remember right. They're more like actual Olympic, like the people's names from the Olympics will be in this game. Like the events from the Olympics, all the events from the Olympics will be in this game. It's just weird that they decided that, hey, we're gonna throw Sonic into this like official Olympic game.
Hold on, I'm seeing here Sonic at the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020.
Yes.
Available on Android, iOS, and Fire OS. Release date last year. Or what? Is this something completely different?
Maybe, or maybe it's the same thing and they're just releasing it onto that series.
This is
either way.
very,
if you look at the model, it looks like it's a dude wearing a Sonic costume.
while that's not what I'm looking at. What are you looking at? What?
No. Okay. Yeah. You have to look it up.
Oh God! Why?
It's so good.
What's it technically called? What's it called? Because I'm just getting Mario and Sonic stuff.
Okay, let me say things as I try to look this up.
Okay. Yes. So, Sonic. This Sonic Central. I don't know. Everything Sonic is just Sonic art to me at this point. Yeah, I'm trying to fill space here. Don't know what to talk about. This game sounds weird. By your description of a guy in a Sonic costume, doesn't seem to be getting any better anytime soon. I need to see this picture because I don't know what's happening in anything Sonic. Why would you do this to yourself, Sonic? But why though? I've got to see this. Have you found it yet?
I have found it, I believe. Okay, so Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, the official video game, actually launched in Japan in 2019. Like you were saying, for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, yada yada.
Yeah.
There was a trailer that was pieced together not too long ago that shows like a bunch of costumes and stuff. So you can put like all these Olympic athletes that have trained for so much of their lives and they have the respect of their countries into a ridiculous astronaut costume. And Sonic, the model for Sonic, is one of them. I can't find it.
See it? Oh.
Because it literally, the Sonic Central was today. And
Fair.
of the Sonic Central, this is not like the biggest news. So it might take a little while before you can actually like find it easily. But it's a thing, and you should look it up and take a look.
That's why I'm trying to find like the whole
Sonic
Central if I can.
I think
Because that is really, really weird. I've got to find this.
But while you're doing that,
I gotta.
We'll move on slightly down the list for the Sonic Central here. The next thing I have here is Sonic in an indie game. What?
Question mark.
Isn't
that just Sonic Mania, or is this like a Cadence of Hyrule type deal?
No. So yeah, Cadence of Hyrule type deal, kind of.
Oh Jesus Christ!
He's finally seen the picture.
Why? Why? I found the Sonic Central that happened today. I'm looking at this thing. Whose idea was this? And why were they not fired on site? What is happening?
Oh, it's so good.
You've gotta be kidding.
It's so good, though.
What on earth? This is a terrible idea. This is a bunch of human characters and then just like a man-sized Sonic. Okay. Oh my God, he's jumping over hurdles. He's playing baseball. He's doing long jump.
Oh,
it's just a guy in a Sonic costume.
So good.
That's what it is.
It's so good.
It's a guy in a Sonic costume.
I'm glad you were able to find it.
Oh my Jesus.
That reaction.
This is a terrible idea.
I don't think it's terrible. I think it's amazing. I love it.
I think it's terrible. Oh my God.
To get back to Sonic and indie game, there's an indie game called 2 Point Hospital. It's like a hospital management game.
Interesting.
You can put Sonic in it now. So
why? Oh my God, Sega, come on, man. What are you doing?
It's so good.
Who asked for either of these things?
It's so good.
Besides nobody.
What? Excuse me?
Come on,
2 Point Hospital
man.
is a great game. And having Sonic
but who asked for Sonic in it,
Me, right now.
Oh my God.
Post it being already released. I'm asking for it.
Oh my God. Why is Sonic in a costume?
It's so good, though.
Why is there a man in a Sonic costume?
So in the 2 Point Hospital game, apparently, if I remember it right, you can set your like nurses and doctors costumes as like Sonic characters. So you can have like a bunch of Sonics and Tails and Knuckles running around giving people surgeries, therapy and stuff like that.
I'm gonna need therapy.
Jesus Christ. As ridiculous as it is, I think it's super cool that like Sega reached out to like an indie studio making 2 Point Hospital, and we're like, hey,
that part of it's fine.
Have Sonic in your game. We'd love to have Sonic in your game, because whenever people think about Sonic, they think about hospital management games.
Again, this Sega reaching out to indie studios, love that part. But why this specific type of game?
I don't know.
Why is a man in a Sonic costume? Sega, what are you doing?
Oh, but I love it. Genuinely, like
Sega.
No cap. I love this stuff. It's awesome.
No, but would you actually buy it though?
I mean, I was thinking about buying 2 Point Hospital already. So
really?
If I can have Sonic being the one doing surgeries,
stop.
100% I'll buy it.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Oh
my goodness.
Okay, let's move on from the indie game.
What else was there? Yeah.
So Sonic Fighters, or I think it might be called Sonic the Fighters. I'm not entirely sure. It's a release from 1996. Yeah. It's a release from 1996. It's gonna be playable inside of a different game.
Nice.
And that game is called Lost Judgment, which is a game made by the creators of the Yakuza series.
Is it Yakuza?
Yeah. So there's gonna be like little arcade machines in that game that you can play Sonic Fighters or Sonic the Fighters from before, which I think is really cool.
Nice. That's cool. Is that new Yakuza game where like it's like a turn-based RPG one, or is this a different game?
I don't think it didn't look like a turn-based RPG.
Oh, sorry, made by the same creators.
Yes,
not
yes.
a Yakuza game. Okay, my bad.
It's not a
I
Yakuza
misunderstood.
game. It's called Lost Judgment.
I misunderstood.
It's some sort of like
misunderstood.
detective open world type deal. It looks kind of open world. I'm not sure if it actually is open world or like some of the Yakuza games are not open world. But if you took a screenshot from it, you'd be like, oh, that's an open world game.
Thing. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, that was a thing. I think that's really cool as well, having another game to be playable inside of a different game. I've always liked that kind of stuff. They did that with Animal Crossing on the GameCube, where you could play old-fashioned NES games inside of Animal Crossing.
Oh, that's right.
And then they got rid of that every single other iteration because they were trying to make more money through Virtual Console.
Virtual Console, yeah.
Yeah. The next thing I have here is Sonic Colors Ultimate is being released.
I didn't even know Sonic Colors was a game. So when I heard this, I was like, oh, cool. A new Sonic game called Sonic Colors. And then it was like, oh, no, it's like a remaster of an 11-year-old game. Oh, cool. Yeah, again, I didn't even know that was a thing.
I knew. I like Sonic enough as a franchise to, like, pay attention when, like, the games come out and stuff. So I know most of the Sonic games that have come out, but I haven't played them. But I do know of them.
Yeah. For me, I feel like I know, like, the bad ones for being bad. More so than I know the good ones. Like, I probably know more about Sonic Boom and Sonic 06 than I do the other games, and I haven't played any of them.
That's fair.
Just because that's why.
That's completely fair. I found it weird that they said, oh, it's releasing for Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. I was like, okay. So, like, not, like, the next gen, but okay.
Well, wouldn't they still have a back compat?
I mean, it probably does, but is it not weird that they were, like, specifically, like, these are the ones that, like, we've done it for? I mean, they probably were made for those consoles, so they're not, like, trying to sell it as a next-gen game.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it was a little bit weird to me.
That's fair. No, I get that.
And
that's fair. Certainly weird.
And this is for you, Gio, because I know how much you love Sonic.
Oh man!
If you order or pre-order a physical copy right now for the low price of however much it is, because I don't remember, you get a Baby Sonic keychain from the movie Sonic the Hedgehog. That's right.
Oh boy!
Right now,
as long as it's like the pre-edit, like the weird semi-human one, then yes.
It does.
If it's the redesign, no way.
It looks a little bit weird, but I don't think it's pre the redesign.
Then I don't want it. Then I want full human teeth and like weird eyes Sonic. That's a Sonic I know and love.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. This says the man who's upset that it's in the Olympic Games.
I'm so mad.
Moving on again. We'll move on. So Sonic Colors Rise of the Wisps. It's going to be a 2-part animated series. It's a 2D animated series, so not a 3D series.
Sonic Colors Rise of the Blind Forest and Rise of the Wisps.
I'm unsure if this is going to be on like YouTube, like how some of the Pokemon short series have been, or if it's going to be on some other platform.
Interesting.
But it's
like Netflix.
Yeah, but it's interesting, and like I think they have like the original cast of voice actors for it as well.
Oh, nice.
They're looking to make a new retro Sonic game mashup, so like just a bunch of old retro Sonic games onto one copy, like disc or whatever.
Like Sonic R, am I right? Or
could be right. I mean, I want to play it. You keep mentioning it. I want to play that game so bad.
I've got the Sonic Gems collection for GameCube, I think it is.
And it's on there?
Something like that, was where, because again, Sonic R was a Dreamcast game, I think, or a Saturn game or something like that. Maybe in Saturn. But again, I played it on GameCube on that collection. If you want to borrow it, let me know.
Oh, dude, borrow it.
Let me know.
When things are better, we gotta grab the guys and we have to play it together.
Oh my god, no. Please, I'll be good.
Okay, moving on. to that mashup thing. We're just going quick fire because the end of the presentation was
so much happened.
There's like not that much to talk about. So Sonic games released on PlayStation Now and Amazon Luna, which is a little bit interesting.
That's gonna take off. Just like a Google Stadia did.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Anywho.
It's weird that PlayStation Now is not weird, but Amazon Luna, a bit of a weird decision, but whatever.
Yeah.
Not the weirdest decision in these notes so far.
Somehow. Yeah.
There's going to be a bunch of Sonic mobile game events. There's nothing to talk about there. It's just mobile events. Sonic Prime is going to be a new animated series.
Not to be confused with Metroid Prime.
Coming to Netflix 2022, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, that's what that was. Because there's a picture on Twitter. I like the end of that where it just says 2022, and people were just between it saying, "Wow, 2022 confirmed by Sega. Thanks, guys." It's like
no, I think what you're thinking about is this next thing, which is there is actually a completely new Sonic video game coming out in 2022 as well.
Sonic Forces 2, baby. Let's go. No. Let's get it.
Please no.
Make your own bear man who's got the same generic moveset as everyone else.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Forces 2.
It's not.
Oh, some people probably like that game. I'm not sorry about bashing it.
The cinematic looked interesting when they showed it at the end of the presentation. It was interesting. Genuinely, I thought the Sonic Central was cool. It was weird, but it was cool.
You just summed up the last 25 years of Sonic games.
Yeah.
Cool, but weird.
Yeah, no, I mean, bad should be part of that list for a lot of the random games.
Fair.
But yes.
A couple hidden gems in there. Not all of them were stinkers, but most of them were stinkers.
Yeah, I mean, that's most of what I had to talk about for Sonic Central. I thought it was a fun talk. And it was a good thing. I would be happy to see more.
Nice.
Probably not as often as like Directs and stuff, but would be happy to see more.
Probably not. Hopefully not. What's this Pokemon redrawn? What happened with Pokemon? Because they announced the release dates for the Diamond and Pearl remakes, as well as Arceus. We'll see if they can stick to Arceus. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But it was about redrawn. They redrew stuff?
No, so yeah, I heard about that other Pokemon news, and I was like, yeah, let's talk about this random, not related Pokemon news. It's essentially, it's just something cool I'd like to showcase. I know the 7 to 8 people who actually listen to the podcast will appreciate this. It's essentially just a bunch of pixel artists, like on Twitter and on Instagram and everything. They're coming together and they're redrawing like the old pixel art games in ways that they obviously couldn't be shown in the actual game because of limitations.
Interesting.
It's a very cool thing. You can look up it's like a redrawn Johto redrawn, or like it's called restoreredrawn.com or retroredrawn.com. But you can look up Johto redrawn and it has like the whole map there. It's interactable. It's like a Google Map type deal, and it looks really cool.
Oh, this is awesome!
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool. I'm looking at it right now.
Very, very cool. If you are a fan of like any of the old Pokemon games and you have any nostalgia for them or whatever, honestly, it's worth a look. Just going through and seeing how like really unique and awesome they made all the places look, and you can see the different art styles of the people too. It's really cool.
Yeah, so it's like the same like pixel art, but it's in like full color. It's not just like the Game Boy Color.
Yes.
It's like actual, like, I don't know, like the assets look comparable to like the original games, but the colors look more comparable to something more modern, or even like the Game Boy Advance titles, right?
Yeah, some of the tiles don't look comparable at all, like asset-wise.
Oh.
Like they're definitely higher pixel count or whatever.
So some are probably closer to the Game Boy Advance aesthetic. Then you say.
Yeah. It's very, very nice to look at. I haven't looked through the whole thing yet, but I'm definitely gonna just go through and take a look at all the places. It's very interesting, and the reason I mention is because they're also redrawing Kanto right now. So eventually, there's going to be a Kanto version of this map as well. Very, very cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's so weird to look at it in this kind of state, though.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's so strange.
It would be so cool if they pieced, even if there's no actual functionality in it, if they popped it on some sort of video game where you could just walk, like, around.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. That'd be awesome.
Like, no actual Pokemon aspects or anything. You just walk from place to place.
Yeah, it'd be hard to recreate the whole game.
Yeah. Also, it would be taken down by the Pokemon Company in like 5 seconds if you recreate the game. So,
that's true.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Definitely worth a look.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Going on to the next topic real quick.
I really love that.
I'm glad that you like that, by the way.
Yeah.
This is like gaming adjacent news. So Twitch adds a bunch of new tags for like their content. They're based on like sexuality, gender, ethnicity. So
they also said that like the loosening restrictions on like those tub streamers, or sorry, the pool streamers, whatever.
Because they harshened.
It's a very, very weird thing.
Restrictions initially, and then they loosened them, or like not harshened it, but like there was backlash and they like succumbed to the backlash, and then they were like, okay, you know what, whatever. Now, we're giving you your own spot. So now there's like hot tubs, pools, whatever category. So it's not just in general chat. So if you have to actually go looking for it now.
Interesting.
I think it's one of the better ways to deal with it, because if you're looking at just chatting and it's just a bunch of hot tub stuff, like it's not exactly what you're looking for.
Whereas now it's allowed, but it's a separate thing.
Yes.
So like if you want to see it, you can go and see it. If you don't, you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's not like you said, if I'm looking for something else and it's just there, like that's not gonna be an issue anymore.
Yeah, I feel like they dealt with it pretty decently. I mean, it took a while and it took some effort. Apparently, some of the hot tub streamers got like hit with potential like demonetization and stuff, which is not cool at all, because their terms of service, they were all within rights of like their terms of service, regardless of what you feel about the hot tub streams. Like, they weren't technically doing anything wrong.
Well, that's the thing, because didn't it start because undergarments were not allowed, but a bikini was.
A bikini is if it's in the context of a pool and or hot tub. So that's why there was always an actual hot tub or pool.
So it was a way of A, circumventing the original rule, and B, trying to prove how dumb it was.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I had no problem with the hot tub streams. I thought, like, you know, if you want to make money doing whatever you want to do, then, like, go for it. The only problem that I saw, and it wasn't even something that I came up with myself, but it was something that was pointed out to me through some sort of video I watched, is that Twitch allows you to stream from 13 years old and up. So it's weird that
it's writing a weird line.
It's writing a very weird line where like this hot tub streams is like kind of sexual in nature, even if it's like not supposed to be. And with Twitch's guidelines, like, people were saying, like, okay, so what's stopping like a 15-year-old like dressing in a bathing suit and being in a hot tub? Like, there isn't anything.
Hopefully a lot.
Yeah.
There should be a lot blocking that.
So it's very weird and creepy to think about. But yeah.
To that point, though, it's only the age thing, though, because like I'm a firm believer in, if you are an adult, 18 or over, whatever you can do is only worth as much as you can sell it for.
Yeah, agreed.
So if someone's telling you, oh no, this isn't worth much, if someone's paying you to do it, that's how much it's worth.
Listen, I would be lying.
The age thing is probably the biggest question mark.
I would be lying if I was an attractive lady and I could make money by sitting in a hot tub and streaming on Twitch, I would do it, guaranteed, no doubt.
Yeah, because like we're not talking about like selling your body in other ways, like certain other websites. Like, we're talking about like again, a bikini, something that you can go to a beach and wear, and just being on camera.
And then people
it's
donate, and like you live your life.
If someone's willing to pay me to sit in like in like swimming trunks.
Yeah.
You think I wouldn't sit in swimming trunks all day and make money? Of course I would.
I would guarantee do it.
Which, don't get me wrong, no one on planet Earth is going to pay me to do that.
Don't say no one. There's some people out there that are like, there's definitely interesting people out there.
I don't know if I want their money at this moment. But
no, yeah, I agree.
Point being, the only question mark with Twitch's stuff would be
like the
that
age thing.
The age thing. That's really strange.
And like use Twitch.
They've got to figure that out.
It's like the 13-year-olds were like going on Just Chatting to like watch Just Chatting streams, and there was like a bunch of scantily clad ladies in hot tubs. So like it was good to separate it from Just Chatting. It's good to give it its own category.
Yes.
If you want to watch it,
yes,
it's there.
Yeah.
The
creator side of it is still
not saying this from any kind of moral high ground, because like we said, I would definitely do it.
If someone's willing to pay me to sit in my swimming trunks, you already know I would accept that money.
Yeah, dude.
Putting that out there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Actually, if you're listening to this and you want me in my swimming trunks,
and you want to see me in my trunks,
send me a message.
Let me know. Yeah, let me know.
We'll work out a price that's like worthwhile for the both of us. You know?
Again, though, we're saying that as adults.
Yes.
So Twitch, you definitely got to figure out the age thing. But yeah, if you're not breaking any guidelines, people are willing to pay you for it.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool.
Genuinely, I don't think they did anything wrong. It's up to them what they want to do. It's just a little bit weird on Twitch's end.
Yes. Agree. Moving on from all of the things that happened at Twitch, Monster Hunter Rise got a 3.0 update, completely free, as all of the updates have been so far. New story endgame stuff. An old buddy of ours from Generations Ultimate is back, except a brand new variant, Crimson Glow Valstrax, which I will say, while playing that, made me realize how much of Valstrax's moveset, even from Generations Ultimate, was borrowed and used for Magnamalo. The dive bomb is very similar. There's a similar like forward thrusty stabby move. There's a very similar move where like his forearms and or in Valstrax's case wings like go up and then like stab downwards twice in a row. Lots of that stuff, very, very, very similar between the two. So with that said, I feel like newcomers and or people who joined Monster Hunter in World might be a bit disappointed and see like, oh, this is just a dragon version of Magnamalo. But Valstrax was first. Valstrax had these moves first, and his dive bomb. Although I've heard Nergigante's dive bomb move, Nergigante being the Monster Hunter World flagship, his hitbox was ridiculous on his dive bomb. Valstrax's ambush dive bomb, where he becomes a shooting star in the sky, is definitely much more substantial than Magnamalo's, though.
Oh, but 100%.
Even in Rise, having played him in Rise now. But, yeah, I mean, he's a dragon. His wings are jet engines. He's fast. He's cool. I'm really, really glad that they brought him back, specifically as a Gen U player. So, yeah, I thought it was really, really cool. Even though it wasn't a very substantial update, I think it was really, really dope.
Yeah, I agree. I was happy to see him, because like it was one of the few monsters that were like, hey, we're bringing this back. And I was like, hey, I know that guy. Like, yeah. That's my guy.
Yeah, because for those, all three people listening to this, both of us have played Monster Hunter Rise. But before Rise, we've only played Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate.
Yes.
Valstrax, although this is a new variant of him, he was only in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate before. So like it felt like one of our boys. You know, it's like seeing Mizutsune back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mizutsune was one of the Fated Four in regular Generations. I was like, oh, like Mizu's back. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm really
cool.
glad. So it's cool to see some monsters that were made for Generations, which was a bit more of a spin-off. It wasn't really a mainline series, although content-wise, it's more than a main game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But just a lot of people like really played like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of people just started with World and now Rise, and so seeing them experience some of these monsters that we played a while ago is really, really cool. And seeing them in this new engine and with the wirebug mechanics is really, really, really cool.
Completely agree.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun playing both of those missions. Even the new final mission with the two elders. That was really, really cool. It was a really, really cool fight. Hard, but we did it. I got it done with a few buddies of mine.
I'm gonna have
You
to go in
haven't
and do
played it yet, though.
No, I haven't done it yet. No,
Have you
will
gone to
go
2.0 stuff yet?
I don't believe so. I'm still
Yeah, no, I
6
don't
star.
think
So
Yeah, no, you haven't gone to 2.0 stuff yet. But again, it came out 2 months ago. There's plenty of time. You'll get there.
yeah, I'm not like it's not a speed run. It's just me.
It
playing.
is a speed run. What do you mean? No, I've got substantially more hours in that game. But I don't know. It's a ton of fun. It's easier than the old games, just because of all of the quality of life stuff, and now the wire bugs, which kind of just outright break the slower monsters.
Yeah.
But it's still enough of a challenge, and B, it's just more fun.
Oh, I agree.
It's just more fun. Do the wire bugs make certain monsters a bit easier? Yeah, of course they do. But it's also more fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not here to play games just like for the sake of masochism. Like I'm here to have fun. It's entertainment. I think the wire bugs, although a bit easier, are so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, I agree. Rise is incredibly fun. Probably one of, I mean, I haven't played a lot of the series as you've said. I'm sure World is like a great time, but never touched it. But Rise just seems like such a fun game. Like it's the perfect starting Monster Hunter game, I think. Like
Yes.
way better
Yes.
than Generations, because Generations was like, here's literally everything about Monster Hunter all at the exact same time.
Yes.
Good luck.
Well, that's the thing. Monster Hunter Rise is more accessible in its difficulty, but still has like room, specifically with the wirebug mechanics, for veterans to start getting really, really fancy. And you know what I mean? So it's kind of the perfect storm where, again, I do think that the older games were harder, especially some of those older monsters have ridiculous hitboxes. Broken.
Yes.
But like, so although the difficulty makes it more accessible in Rise, the mechanics also give it more meat on the bone for veterans to really start getting fancy with. And so that's why I think it's the perfect storm of that.
Agreed. Definitely
Personally.
agreed. Such a good game. I'm glad it came
Really,
out on the
really
Switch,
solid.
and I'm glad it's going to
Yes.
come out later on PC, just to like get as many people into Monster Hunter as possible. It's the perfect
Agree.
time.
I also think there maybe sometime next year, maybe alongside the PC version, maybe soon after, start looking at like that something in the same vein as Iceborne, because Iceborne to Monster Hunter World was like instead of doing Generations and Generations Ultimate or 4 and then 4 Ultimate, they did World and then Iceborne, where Iceborne was all of the ultimate content, but it wasn't it had a new game. You needed the base game to then get Iceborne.
Yes.
So instead of buying the same game twice, you can now get the game, and if you want the DLC, you can get it or not. I think it's a better model, because again, a lot of people just end up buying for and then for you. Well, that's a lot of repeated content. So now you get to skip that. So I think Rise is going to get something in that vein next year. And I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be awesome. Master ranks and or G ranks, whichever path they choose. More monsters, more locales. Always down. Always down.
Definitely. It will be definitely cool to see.
Yeah. But, yeah, that was Monster Hunter. Not too much. But Sony had a state of play. Unfortunately, neither of us watched it as it just happened soon before we started recording this podcast. But I did see some of the Horizon Forbidden West gameplay, and it does look very, very good. It doesn't look like a substantial leap over Horizon Zero Dawn, but it does, like again, ultimately, Sony's looking to sell systems.
Yeah.
That's going to help sell systems. That's going to help bolster the lineup. Is it one of those like Uncharted 4, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima? Is it one of those big boys? Some people are going to say yes, God of War. Some people are going to disagree with me when I say I don't think it is. I think it's one of those lineup like bolster games. You know, where it's something that like when you're making a list of games that were on PlayStation, of course you're gonna include it. It's good. I don't think it's a major like Spider-Man. People bought PlayStation 4s and PlayStation 5s for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't see too many people going out of their way for this game, but it's still a good game that bolsters the lineup. That at this point, let's face it, within not even 8 months of it being out, is still a bit skim.
Yes.
It's good to talk about, and if it releases in a good state and gets good reviews, it's going to help them. So, is it a massive seller? Maybe not. But right now, they don't need it to be. They need to hold people off until God of War Ragnarok and other games like that. So I think that's going to be good to see.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I haven't, like you said, I haven't watched the state of play, so it's hard for me to really bunker down and say whether or not it's going to be a system seller or not. Mm-hmm. I think that Horizon Zero Dawn, when it was first introduced, was supposed to be like this huge, ginormous thing, and it's going to be like, oh, look, this is the future of gaming kind of thing. And then when it was actually released, it was a really good game, but it didn't like hold up to what Sony was trying to piece it out to be.
Yes. It's still good. It's still a good game. Not trying to trash it. It's still a very, very good game. It's just not one of those like major system sellers, but still a very, very good game.
Yeah, I'm excited to look at the trailer and like see the state of play. So
yeah,
I'll have more to say about it, I'm sure, next week if we even end up talking about it, because like the closer we get to E3, the more news we have. It's ridiculous.
Hey, never mind. It's good for this podcast.
Oh, 100%.
But with that out of the way, though, let's start the wind down. Recommended speedrun. You got anything? I don't.
I always do, my dude.
This guy.
So, in conjunction with the Sega Central, whatever it was, I completely forgot already.
Sonic Central, it says.
The speedrun is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Hey, you still love that game.
Yeah, such a good game. I mean, such a good game? Question mark. But fun for sure.
It was fun. It was good fun.
So it's the hero story or whatever. It's the new game. It's the first place right now is some Canadian guy named Dage4, DAGE4. They literally posted this update to the world record 4 days ago. So it's a very interesting speedrun. It has a lot of breaks in it, and it's very interesting to watch 3D Sonic again. So you know,
I think I know what your song recommendation is going to be, and if you don't take it, I'll take it. But I think you took you took it already. So yeah, I don't have a speedrun recommendation, so I'm just gonna go on to the free game on the Epic Store, which is Among Us.
Among Us.
It's only $5 anyway to buy it, so I think this one of those games where like everyone who really wanted Among Us
Probably already has
already got it, because $5 is well within impulse territory.
Mhm.
But 20 maybe more casual people, Among Us is a super social, super casual game. I think it could really hook in some of those people. So if you're one of those people who's heard of Among Us, has a few friends, but doesn't have it yet, sign up for the Epic Game Store and download it for free. Why not?
Yeah, I agree. I think
It's one
it
of
was
those
a very smart move on Epic's part and like
Yeah.
the indie developers' part, because it's not something that like really makes tons and tons of money through sales for Epic.
Correct.
So just having it be a name and being like, hey, we're giving Among Us for free, come join up. Very smart.
That's exactly. It's not something to milk money out of for each person. It's one of those things to help bolster the amount of people on your platform. For
Yep.
both Among Us, as obviously the big spike of people was probably November, December last year. So
yes.
if that's trailed off, this could bring them back into a bit more of that Twitch limelight again, and gets more people excited. This is going to get people who aren't on the Epic Store on the Epic Store. I think it's a win-win. It's, well, you know what I mean, no one's losing so much money on giving out a $5 game for free,
Exactly.
and they're both helping each other's a player base. And I think it's a bit of a win-win here. I like it.
Yeah, me too. Smart move.
Yeah. And video game song recommendation. You go first. I think I know yours.
So it's Escape from the City
Yeah.
by Ted Poley and Tony Harnell.
What do you mean? Isn't it Crush 40?
I mean, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
It says,
Is that the Sonic Adventure 2 battle song?
yeah, roaming around at the speed of sound, you know?
Yeah. Isn't that Crush 40? Game Grumps had when they played that level in Sonic Adventure 2. Aaron Hansen was singing every single word of it, and said that the band is called Crush 40 because the guy was approaching 40 and wanted to crush 40.
Oh, I could definitely be wrong, but for some reason, whenever I look it up, Ted Poley and Tony Harnell pop up.
Hold on.
Oh, and I also said roaming around is it rolling around at the speed of sound? Wow, am I
Maybe.
a Sonic fan at all?
Escape from the city.
Maybe it was written by these
Yeah, by
two?
no, it says composed by Jun Sonoe. Yeah, that's who Aaron was talking about, and performed by Ted Poley and Tony Harnell.
Oh, there we go.
But
Okay.
composed by Jun Sonoe,
My bad.
who is Jun Sonoe, who composed it. I believe is the guy in Crush 40.
All right. My
So,
bad.
There you go.
Thank you for catching me on that. It's
The more
good
you
to,
know,
to
yeah.
give credit where credit is due. Obviously, the people who performed it as well need credit, but
Of course.
it's usually
Of course.
try to give credit for the people who don't usually get credit, and
Fair.
that's the Crush 40 people.
Yeah. Again, that's just me as a Game Grumps fan, because Aaron Hansen pointed that out.
Such a good song.
Shout out to him as well. Yeah. My video game recommendation. Well, sorry, my video game song recommendation. Hold on. It's from. I've looked up the name. I apologize.
Oh, don't apologize, my dude.
1 second.
It's all okay. We'll just everyone try to remember the Sonic
Here we
song
go.
that I just mentioned. It's so
I
good.
got it. It's another Andrew Hulshult song. As many of you may know, I'm a big fan of his. A medieval soundtrack, a Dusk soundtrack, and more recently, the Doom Eternal, the Ancient Gods DLC soundtrack. This song is from the Ancient Gods Part 1, and it's called Blood Swamps. And it is very, very, very good. Very, very good. It's obviously like like pretty hard, and it's like it's so hard. No, it's metal, but like it's got such a groove to it in certain parts. I don't know, something very groovy about certain metal tracks, that, and this certain parts of it just I don't know, it's not like just that typical metal like chugging, like it's like there's actual cool rhythm to it, and I think that's really, really great because it fulfills two different sides of my brain, the rhythmic side and the just dumb fun chugging metal side. So I don't know, kind of two birds, one stone. I like this song. I like a lot of his stuff. Check it out. Blood Swamps, Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods, Part 1.
Nice. I'll probably give it a look. It's always cool when
Yeah.
a song can stone two birds at once.
I've never heard it put that way. I've never heard the phrase worded quite like that.
Pretty sure that's
But,
the same. You know, the same.
I mean, it's close. It'll do. But that seems to just about do it for this episode. Do you have anything else to add?
Listen to Beach Buds, please.
Always listen to Beach Buds. Every single episode. With that said, thank you guys for listening to us laugh and joke around this episode. If you liked this episode, smash that like button. Subscribe to our channel. Ring the notification bell to get notified for all of our videos. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.